we are going to be learning about observable properties. So who can tell me what observable properties are? Yeah? Something you see? Good. So the definition that we're going to be using today is observable properties are things that can be noticed that belong to an item. So these are things that you observe, like you said, Alyssa. So these could be like shape, texture, color, size, pattern. All of those things are going to be observable properties. So what I want you to do right now is partner up and talk about the observable properties you notice on each other. So, partner up and talk about those things. Okay.
Textures, also glasses.
All right. So what are some things that you guys observe?
She has brown hair.
Okay.
And it has a lot of sparkles on it.
Sparkles. Okay. Sparkly.
I observed her like fabric on it.
Okay.
We talked about how her shirt was very soft.
Good. So thinking in general of any object, what are some words that you would use to describe an object? Is that big? Okay.
Small. Soft. Like squishy or like firm. Round. Sharp.
Sleek. Anything else you guys can think of? Crunchy. Crunchy. All right. Smooth. Yeah, those. All right, so good job, guys. We came up with a pretty good list there of ways that you can describe objects. So what I'm going to have you do right now is I have two different objects in bowls inside of this black box. So first, you're going to stick your hand in there and you're going to feel object number 1. Okay, so we're going to take turns feeling object number 1, and I need you to not peek. Don't look inside, because I don't want you to know what it is quite yet. So we'll start with Renee, and you guys can just take turns. I would move it, but it's placed strategically, so you're going to have to stand up.
How do you know?
Right now, this is object 1. So everybody's going to touch. Well, there's 2, but just stick your hand straight. Just straight around.
Oh, that's weird. I'm in between things.
Okay. Let me rearrange. Okay, try again. Did it that time? Okay, so under object 1 on your Venn diagram, I want you to write down some of the things that you observed just by touching those objects. So some of those words that came to mind to describe it. And then once you've got that done, I'll have you go ahead and stick your hand in and feel object 2. You want to start?
Oh, nope, we're going back.
So no. of what you think those things could be. All right, so would you guys go ahead and share? What did you come up with for object 1? Checks, okay. Cereal. Fritos? Cereal. Okay, how about object 2? Jello. Pudding. Jello. Okay. So what if I told you that object 1 is tan and object 2 is orange? Will that change what you think? No? Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys what we have under here. Object 1 was check cereal, good work. And object 2 is pumpkin. It seems too not solid for Jello. Yeah, because of that squishy texture, the way it felt. Yeah. So thinking through what we just did and thinking through different times in your life, what are times that you might need to use observable properties to identify an object? I spy. Okay.
Tell your mom what you forgot.
Okay. If you tell your mom what you forgot, that's a good one. That happens to me a lot.
Maybe when you don't like know what it is, so you're like, this is squishy. It's like you can't remember the name.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also thinking if maybe you went to a new restaurant or maybe you're in a different country and they put this food in front of you and you're like, I don't know what this is. So using those observable properties, maybe you say, okay, it's hot, it's creamy, maybe it's a potato, things like that. So again, based on these things, how can you identify objects based on observable properties? What they look like,
How they feel.
how they feel, how they smell. Do you think that would have helped if I'd let you smell these objects?
Yes.
Yeah, this pumpkin smells pretty strong.